Senator from Clark.
Speak on the measure, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
I'd encourage members to support this. I've got a few remarks based on the comments from the senator from Jefferson. It often just takes one bad actor, one bad governor for this body to take action and to start action. And I know the comment was made of how they would have felt if things were differently in the results of that election. I would have frankly liked a different result for obvious reasons in that election cycle. And part of the reason for that is because I respect this chamber. And I respect the people that are in the House of Representatives. And I respect the authority of this chamber. And I respect the opinions and the members, whether they agree with me or not. I respect this body. And that's something that we don't have from the governor's office right now. There's not a respect for this body. He promised a new tone when he got into office. I think we know that, and everybody's heard my catch line that it's the dial tone is what it's been here in Kentucky. This new tone of working together and all that kind of commentary. He's violated that promise, clearly. He's violated the trust of a lot of individuals, but he's violated that trust and that promise. We all know what's been true, that there's been no communication. Our leadership knows that there's been no communication. And frankly, when he makes decisions, and people hear about him on television every day, who do they call? He doesn't pick up the phone. His staff don't pick up the phone. We get those phone calls, and we have to answer. And they say, what was this? And we say, I'm hearing about it for the first time, because there's been no communication, and we have no way to answer. And when we try to get answers, there's nothing. Incredibly frustrating. We talk about solutions shouldn't be partisan. They shouldn't be secret either. If you have solutions, let your board of directors know here. And I tell people that if the state of emergency was only for 70 days, as long as a drought, I don't think we'd be having this discussion. If it would have ended, people would have said, okay, I'm glad we're past that. We're at 270 plus days, and still no end in sight, and still no communication, and no involvement. It's common courtesy. I think we've had many governors in this Commonwealth in the past, many, including the current governor's father, who would have discussions with the Senate president and the Speaker of the House to talk about these issues, to at least inform them. But this is an individual that has no interest in doing that. When we've come with complaints, the only avenue we've had, because the press won't cover those concerns from our citizens who come with those issues, we talk about it in committee hearings. And what we get from this governor is mockery, bad jokes at his daily press conference, making fun of us. And he's not making fun of us. I can handle it. I got thick skin. He's making fun of the folks back in my district who have those concerns and those questions. And he's mocking them and mocking their worries and their concerns. Imagine if you're a veteran and you were in the military, you had a commander who had secret plans but wouldn't inform you until you get out on the battlefield and say, hey, we're going to go do this, go do it. And then you expect success from that. That's why we've had the issues we've had. A much different result, much better results than what we've had so far would have been achieved. There would have been some collaboration and some communication. And unfortunately, a lot of the promises, a lot of political promises of what was going to change, we haven't encountered that here in Kentucky. It's incredibly frustrating. This bill at least will obligate. When the governor's been asked by the press, why don't you talk to the General Assembly? The response was, because I don't have to. It's not required by law. This will require him by law to at least, after 30 days, come and communicate with the leaders of the General Assembly, who are the elected representatives of the people in this state. And frankly, those kind of responses are puerile and juvenile. A mature individual would come and talk and have those discussions. I would encourage all members to support this. It's much needed, and all it takes is one bad example of how we get changes done in this state. Thank you very much, Mr. President.